believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly, and I believe I can fly. No one ever saw me like you do. All the things that I could add up to, I never knew just what. But your eyes,
I never believed in love at first sight until I saw you. I can still remember how you looked exactly that night. You caught not only my attention, but also my heart. I used to think that love simply does not exist. One look into your eyes is all I needed to know the depths and bounds of love. Love at first sight? I absolutely believe in it. You've got to keep the faith. Who doesn't like the idea that you could see someone tomorrow and she could be the love of your life? It's very romantic. Have a great day, everyone. Let me start this vlog by asking you a question. Do you believe at love at first sight? 1 Corinthians 16:14 says, "Let all that you do be done with love." When love becomes so organized, so systemic, so detailed, so by the number, and so by the exact instructions of ascending order, do you still feel comfortable about this kind of love? The love is painted and not originally accepted as what it should be. This moment, the JERVIN Eagle Viewpoints will be tackling the vlog focus, Love at First Sight Principle. True love is not being forced. This is Prospero Hintapanan Gonzaga Jr., your content providing, asking, is love at first sight wrong? The phrase often uttered in marriage, in sickness and in health, for richer and for poorer, till death do us part. These statements are testaments that love itself should not be painted in bare canvas systematically and non-movable. In the first place, why is there sickness if the pledge of love is really for eternity? If in planning for love, you can always plan to have the healthy one. Another thing is, richer and poorer. Well, if you don't want to be poor, you can always choose a great one financially and create a financially stable future. Why is this not considered a true essence of love? Well, let us now uncover the essence of love at first sight. First, you saw someone. Then, someone that has created a disturbance to your heartbeat. Of course, if that person is not normal, will there be an abnormal push in the beating of the heart? Well, I don't think so. Then this sight lead to acquaintance. There are already the presence of the dates, the presence of long storytelling, and the associative sharing of life and lifestyle. Then there is the meeting of the families. After that, time will tell us if this love will grow deeper to engagement and then to marriage. This is usually how love creates its own passage. If we will drag love to theoretical and detailed aspects, it is just like cross-examining parties of the love affair, which is very, very rude at times. which will later leave both ends at a doubt for trust in each other in terms of words or conceptual decision making. So this is when you really want to dig up everything that makes it very detailed. But in love at first sight, we only appreciate what we see and we give some logic to what we feel. Love is not maximized before marriage, because what will be done in marriage if everything that should be done for love was already done? Yes, there will be boredom, there will be lethargy, there will be quietness, and that means that the marriage is little by little filling the gaps. On the contrary, if there was love during a meeting that caused both to note that there will be a different feeling when the two met, after which the acquaintance happened, and maybe marriage in 5 years, then everything is not laid down yet. The point here is, after marriage, the boyfriend, now the husband, should continue courting the girlfriend, who is now the wife. It is a continuous time of going out together, having happiness together, and enjoying every moment with each other. The point that we are missing here, dear bloggers, oftentimes there are very ideal courtships between two persons. In fact, we can call it perfect. But when marriage takes place, this will slowly deteriorate and eventually end up battling who will do the first step in the annulment process. Yes, love at first sight creates the interest and the logical attraction between two persons. Then love enters the picture as there is magic that happens between two lives and become much more happy when they are already together. Again, it becomes much happier when they are already together. Years later, the option of marriage was opened and it was commenced. After marriage, the learning process of who is who with the husband and the wife continues, and this is what is making the marriage life more exciting and effective. Oftentimes, there is a need for surprise, a need for suspense, and a need for less structured systems to avoid frustrations, which can be the first emerging symptoms of a dysfunctional marriage or a dysfunctional relationship. We may not believe it, dear vloggers. Over-preparation for a good marriage is often the overestimation of the success that can attain in the process of the actual marriage. Yes, love at first sight is a bit surprise-oriented and at times very unpredictable. But it is also observed that the unpredictability of the lovers in marriage makes the marriage more capable of adjustments, mutations, making the marriage more flexible to the needs and comforts of the lady and the gentleman involved in it. Remember, love at first sight is only a trigger for true love. Loving is another thing that means starting from the time of courtship and continuously going on during and after marriage, and it will only end when one of the two lovers cease to breathe already. So let us now qualify if love at first sight is a principled or logical way to find a loved one. Well, yes. Because if we want to detail everything, then you make a criteria who will court you or who will you court, and then make a map for a 60-day dating and relationship turns, and maybe a lifetime of being slaves to the plans and listed priorities, then this is really complicated. That will make a marriage one that is based on the checklist. But if we just met the one we love and one day realize that he or she is the one. Together, you will learn to feel what love is, and you will continue to do things that will result to it and search for more ideations that will lead to surprises in marriage. Then that is what you call suspense created in the love at first sight, or in the first sight, and that is one of the best kinds of continuous and progressive kinds of love between two individuals who loved before and after their marital commitments. Oftentimes, dear vlog aficionados, love really do not fail. It's just that our schedule or our itinerary failed, so we blame it on love. But in the timetable of love, no one and nothing can be delayed or advanced. It's always in the right time, because it is time that adjusts with love, and not love being enslaved to time. So the next time you will be in a situation that you were in love at first sight, don't ever think it is abnormal. Don't ever think you are insensible. Remember, love which comes out after two hearts met is love that can be cultivated to forever. We can always give our hearts the most intellectual, academically excellent itineraries and expectations, but we cannot teach the heart when and how to love. This is the main essence of love at first sight. Love at first sight is in itself a true and factual love, because the eyes, the ears, and the rest of the human basic senses were all involved in the process of identifying that love. And it is always a fact that the five senses of man is the best weapon for logic and critical thinking. These senses will just later corroborate and collaborate with the heart to make that love a reality. I hope you have ingested how love at first sight originated and germinated into a reality, dear vloggers. This is the JERVIN Eagle Viewpoints saying, love at first sight and continue loving forever. This is your content provider, Bros Gonzaga Jr., known to my students as Sir Noy, and that's the way the eagle hooked the prey. Have a first sight lovely day to everyone.
It's as if my heart knows you're the missing piece. You make me believe that there's nothing in this world I can't be. I never know what you see, but there's something